Hello, so please excuse my kitchen. This isn't usually where I film my videos, but I realised that I didn't really have an introduction for this next one, so I thought I'd do that now. So I've just come back from the very edge of the Cotswolds in a place called Wincombe, and I stayed at the Wincombe Camping and Caravanning Club site. So I've recently joined the club because I'd seen so many sites that I wanted to go to, but they were all, you had to be a member of the site. So yeah, I signed up and that was my first one, and I can honestly say I've been on some lovely sites, but there was something about this one, and it wasn't that it was particularly special in any way. It was just super peaceful. The people on there were nice people. There was kids there, but you know, there was very few of them, and there was a designated children's area. And it was just a nice place. Like, there was just no problems at all. So you pull onto the driveway and straight away the reception is there, and you're asked to pull over and they come to your door, which wasn't ideal for me, to be honest, because I've got two dogs in the back that as soon as I start talking to someone outside of the van, they start barking. So I did end up getting out of the van, but the idea is that you stay in your van and they'll come to you. They gave me a very thorough introduction to where everything was. And there was a barrier code to get in, which is printed on the little leaflet that they give you. And then they open the barriers and you go onto the site and they show you where you're pitched. So I had a choice of where I wanted to stay, and I chose a place by the lake, overlooking the lake. When I first got there was no one either side of me, so that was perfect, but then as these things often turn out to be, people did turn up later on. Hard standing with electric pitch, and I think it was £28 a night with the membership, because I was a member. And it was just well kept, quite generous size, and you don't feel on top of your neighbours, which I've been to previous sites and it's felt a bit close together. So yeah, lovely pitch, in a lovely location, and it's a site I'd definitely return to. So there was 2 dog walks on site. This was the first one, and it was an on-lead walk because it was close to a main road. And then there was another one, which was an off-lead dog walk, which was about 5 minutes away, and it was walking past the lodges which they've got on site. It was walking down this path, and then you get to a gate at the end. It's just for campers, and then that opens up into a 10-acre field. On the way back, we usually walk past the lake, which was beautiful, as you can see, and I also experienced quite a bit of wildlife there. We did have a storm while we were there, which Dottie was not a fan of at all. It was beautiful to just be sitting in the camper van and just writing in my journal and making chicken orzo, which is my favourite dish in the camper van. I mentioned the wildlife, so we saw some bunnies on the evening and some ducks on the morning, much to the delight of the dogs, who were enjoying watching them out of the window. So on to logistics. About 2 minutes from my pitch was the bins. So there was a recycling bin and a normal general waste bin. You couldn't put glass into the recycling, so that had to go into the general waste. On the right hand side was your drinking water and your grey waste, your chemical disposal unit and the washing up area. There was also toilets for gents, ladies, disabled, and also a family room, which I thought would be ideal for those going on holiday with their children. Another thing I loved about this site was the segregated sink areas. So you could get ready on your own in your own pod where you could close the door behind you. The showers were brilliant and had somewhere to put your toiletries and a stall if needed, although there was a weight restriction on the stall. And then just your standard sink and mirror area to wash your hands after using the toilet. There was also an area you can get ready and the toilets as standard. All in all, it was a great place to try out my new curtains and my Panda mattress topper, both of which I highly recommend. So we've just arrived at Cotswold's Lavender. As you can see, Nelly is delighted. I've been wanting to come here for years. It's got to have been 10 years, 9 years, something like that. I remember coming to the Cotswolds when Nelly was young. In fact, it was 7 years. It was 7 years ago. It was 2018. And yeah, I couldn't come because it was out of season. So we are going in now and no doubtably going to get some lavender products because I love lavender. But yeah, I'll show you what I get. The lavender there was beautiful and I just caught it before the season closed for the year. And we also did a quick photo shoot while we're there, which is what many people were doing, but mine was just mainly of the dogs. After the lavender field, we went to the Cotswold village of Broadway, which on the whole was very dog friendly apart from a couple of shops. I bought a Cotswolds gin drink and just had a little mooch around the shops. Definitely a recommendation.